So I am at Anime Fusion. I just got here. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I had to work all day. Tried to get an early out. Did not happen. I'm real kind of miffed about it. Yeah, so we're here. We're having a good time now. Let's go have fun at the convention. Alright, I have my badge. Now I'm trying to find opening ceremonies. I'm gonna be late for it. That's alright. We'll get there. I gotta find the Europa room now. It is so quiet here. I'm just not used to it. I'm used to loud conventions, and this just doesn't seem to be a loud convention. I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe I'm done with conventions for a little while. Except for Power Morph Con, I'm going to that. Maybe that's just what I do. Power Ranger cons. I'm done with anime cons. I don't know. I haven't made any decisions yet. So I went in to the dealer's room in Artist Alley, and both of them were very lackluster. There's only 3 panels I want to go to. One's tonight, one's tomorrow, one's on Sunday. I don't know how I feel about this convention. I'm used to conventions with more energy, and if they don't have a lot of energy, then I'm staffing them, like Decon. But I don't know. I'm gonna go sit in my car for a little bit, charge my phone, watch the new Shane Dawson video, and see how I feel after that. This is just the reality of trying to go to conventions by yourself when you have depression, so let's just see how I feel in a little bit. So it's now completely dark, and I watched quite a bit of YouTube while I tried to charge my phone as much as I could. I have one panel that I want to go to tonight. Maybe walk the convention floor a little bit, but I'm feeling a little better. I accidentally dozed off as well, so maybe that's part of my funk. Today is just the sleep deprivation I've been going through this week, because it's been a while since I've had to get up this early for work. And when I say that, I mean I probably haven't gotten to work at 7 o'clock since I worked at Petco. That's 3 years, so it's been a while. I don't know, maybe I just needed a little bit of, I didn't realize there's a little creek down here. Anyway. So yeah, let's go explore, go to this panel. I'm gonna go home after the panel. Got a little bit of time before the panel. It's 9 o'clock. Panel's at 9:30, so I've got a little bit of time. Still gotta find where those panel rooms actually even are. Anyway, alright, so we're gonna head back in. I'm back at the building now. I had to park in the overflow parking. And yeah. There are just so few people here. I feel it makes me feel great just to film walking around. It's weird. It's weird. I'm just not used to it. Ugh. Seriously, it's been a long time. I think this is even smaller than GeekCon was. It's just weird. Oh, I can't go that way. Okay. Cool. The other thing too is this convention closes. Even GeekCon never closed. But I'm back to where I kind of feel pretty darn comfortable. Video room for 7 years of Anime Detour. Oh my goodness. This just feels so weird to be at such a small convention. I don't know if I like it anymore. I used to think small conventions were what I liked. I used to think that small conventions were what I wanted, because I get really agoraphobic sometimes. So big conventions stress me out. But there's nothing to do here. There's nobody here. It feels so weird, and I don't mean that as a slam to this convention. I love a lot of people who staff this place. There's a lot of them staff Detour too, but don't understand. I mean, I kind of do, because when I tried Googling on my phone the website, I couldn't find it. They need optimization. There's so many things they need. They need better marketing. They need, like, so many things. I feel like I could help them do it, but like I also don't want to be that person to go up to Heather, the con chair, and be like, hey, I think I could help. Let me take something over from somebody, because I think I could do the job better. Like, I could market better. I can't do SEO to save my life, but I can market better. Like, social media would have a huge turnaround under me. Guests, obviously, but I don't think Anita's going anywhere anytime soon. I don't know, man. I feel like I could help this place, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Somebody just went in to, like, change a desk or count heads, because I saw them come with a DVD and a clipboard. Oh my god. That's my job at Detour, man. Oh my gosh. That was really funny. I feel that. Walking into the video room being like, okay, I gotta, like, let the credits roll, and then I gotta wait 5 minutes, and people are gonna be pissed because I have to stand there for 5 minutes, and they're like, put in the disc. And I'm like, I can't, because, like, there's legalities behind when we can start. There are, like, video can actually be kind of stressful in that regard, where it's, like, very meticulous when you start where you stop. Sometimes it's the production companies, like Funimation, will be like, you can only play 4 episodes, and that's it. So yeah, because you have to get the rights to show them, because otherwise the video rooms have to be free, because you can't charge if you don't have the rights. Like, seriously, I feel it. I feel it's like a mood. Video staffing is a mood. Anyway, oh my god, so I'm just kind of hanging out until we're getting closer to 9:30. What time's right now? Will it tell me? Will my phone tell me? Will my video? No? Alright. Alright, let me see what time it is, and then maybe head that way again. Not far, but like, I don't know. I could walk right up to the table, didn't need to wait for my badge. Like, that just doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. This is so small. Yes, I feel weird. Because I think the last time I was at a convention this small would have been GeekCon, but I staffed it. And even then, I don't think it was this small. I don't know. I need to figure out how many people attend this convention. Heather seems to think it's about the same size as GeekCon. It feels smaller. And maybe because GeekCon's hotel is very different. Like, this is not. This is really closed in. So maybe that's it. Because GeekCon was more open. So maybe it just felt bigger, but it really wasn't. I don't know. I really don't know. I know their guest budget is similar, because we talked about that. Because she asked me how much my guest budget was my last year. And I told her, and she's like, oh yeah, that's pretty similar to what I have. Or what we have. And I'm like, sounds reasonable. But they don't utilize their budget well, I will say that. I was able to bring more guests. More out-of-town guests. With the same freaking budget. Gotta know how to utilize the budget. I know, like I said before, I could probably really help this convention a lot. But I also don't want to be that person. To be like, I can fix this convention. Ugh, I don't know what to do. There's also, that's it, like, I don't know how to attend a convention. I was saying that to my mom, it's like this is my first convention all over again, because I was this stressed out and this depressed at D2 my first year on Friday, and because I didn't know what to do. I was so, like, overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, and I feel like that again, because it's been so long since I just attended a convention. Maybe the last time I just attended a convention was 2015. It was YomaCon. But that was so different, because it was so big, and it was so, and I was with Dylan and Melissa and Kyle Chan, and it was so different. And I knew YomaCon really well, but then that was the only time I've attended a convention. When was the last time I attended a convention for 2015 YomaCon? Probably 2012. 12 or 13 YogaCon. Like, it's been a while since I've just attended a convention. Last time I just attended Detour was, I mean, technically,
They're in my way, and I literally just pushed them out of the way.
technically 2013, I think. But I was helping Sari for 2012, 2013, joint staff 2014, I think. I'd have to look back on that. But I helped out for 2 years. And then I just joined staff because why the heck not? Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, I've also been friends with Kyle for so long that, like, it never felt like I was just attending a convention. Right now, I feel like I'm brand new to all of this. So, I mean, like, I know Tony, but, like, he and I haven't had really time to hang out. And it's not like I'm friends with him. You know, like, we know each other. We worked together at Detour, kind of. I never were guests, but, like, we've hung out, sort of. Like, Kyle is somebody that, like, texts me, hey, are you ready to go out for dinner? And I'd be like, yeah, where are we going? You know what I mean? Like, Kyle and I have been, like, friends for a long time. And so it's never felt like that because I go and meet him at his panel and he'd push me into the room with him when attendees weren't allowed in. He'd bring me to opening ceremonies without, like, staff would just have to deal with the fact that this attendee was hanging out with this voice actor going into places that she wasn't supposed to go. So it feels weird. It feels weird kind of being, like, on this outskirt world again. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, okay, I'm actually gonna head towards the panel room because I'm just gonna go in and sit down.
Let ourselves in. So they let themselves in, and I don't think they actually rearranged furniture, but they did some weird stuff. They left like a $5 bill just sitting on the couch randomly. And then they did some weird things, like in the fridge, there's ice cream, it just said Michael on it, that he didn't buy. So it was a psychological game. And then they bought like a 6-pack of miniature Budweisers and left it in the fridge. Now these guys are liquor and wine snobs. Yes. So they just put this like really cruddy, like these mini beers in the fridge and did little stuff like that.
So the panel's over and I'm heading back to my car to go home. It's kind of fun because, like I said, I'm trying to relearn what it's like to be an attendee. So I'm gonna ask a couple questions at the panel, which I haven't done in years. Basically, since I started staffing GeekCon, or since I started GeekCon, actually here, in Fusion, not here, wasn't here. It's the first time I was actually at GR, but anyway, ever since I started staffing GR, I stopped asking questions at panels, so it kind of was fun trying to go back to that. Anyway, I'm gonna go home, pick this up tomorrow. Okay, so we're here for day 2 now. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, so the day is already almost half over, but that's fine. Like I said, there's not a ton that I want to do here. There's like 3 panels, so one last night, one today, one tomorrow that I want to go to. I've got one panel that I want to go to today. I just gonna kind of explore, walk around. I don't know what time I'm gonna leave today, so we'll figure that out. I think the panel's at like 2 or 3, something like that. I'll figure it out when I get inside because they've got the big like board up in there. But yeah, I'm still confused to why they closed the con. I mean, maybe it's because they don't have the staff to be able to keep it running all the time, because there are certain departments that just have to always be around, like con ops and security and video. Detour video is always there. We never turn the video screens off, ever, from Friday all the way through to right before closing ceremonies on Sunday. Those video rooms are going. And so there always has to be people staffing that. There's always people having to staff, you know, programming at Detour because there's programming all the way through the night. So I guess it makes sense that they don't have the staff, that they have to close the convention. But I mean, even GeekCon never closed. So we always had programming going on. I think the final year they closed, like in the middle of the night because, you know, they fired half the staff. Yeah, so this will be interesting. This will be fun. I'm excited to get in there and kind of explore some more. The panel today has some acting involved, so maybe I'll volunteer. I haven't done like a panel like that in a while, basically since Kyle started doing them. He would sometimes have me come up and do stuff, but eventually got to a point where there were enough volunteers that wasn't a big deal at Detour. So, but anyway, yeah, so I'm wearing my Gomamon shirt today. I should be wearing my Power Ranger shirt, but I think I'll wear my Megazord shirt tomorrow because tomorrow the panel I want to go to is one that Tony is running about Power Rangers, so I'm very excited about that. It was so weird because I got in my car and I immediately looked down at my badge, the key card that I used to get in and out of the suite at my office building. I was like, okay, I gotta remember to grab that. No, I don't. I have to remember to grab this. That just shows you how much I leave my house on the weekends now that I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Well, actually, it's not 9 to 5. It's right now, this last week was 7 to 4. And then this week I'm closing, so it's 9 to 6. I have an hour-long break, and then I'm back to 7 to 4, but I'm taking overtime. So I'll be working 45 hours that week, and probably the subsequent weeks after that through open enrollment, because I work in a benefit specialist position. So open enrollment is obviously a very busy time for us. So I'll be working 45 hours during that time. So an extra hour. So it'll be 7 to 6. 7 to 5, sorry. No, 7 to 5, not 7 to 6. 7 to 5. But yeah, so that's that. All right, so let's head on in and check out the convention today. I'm hoping there's a little bit more energy today. I'm hoping there's a little more bodies today because yesterday was really, really weird for me. I talked about it a little bit last night, but it was just very weird for me. Maybe I'll sneak into a video room, not record anything, obviously, because that's like super bad, but maybe I'll sneak into a video room. If there's something interesting playing, I'll sneak into a video room. It's hard for me to walk into video rooms now because like I almost have like, I don't know, not really PTSD, but like, I need to be like, it's like ingrained in my soul now. If I go into a video room, I have to count heads, and it's just very strange. I have to like, I don't know. I feel weird going in there, but look at Crown Plaza. So this is the new home. This has been the home since they tore down the hotel that this originally took place at, which it still makes me sad when I see that just open field now. But it's right by the Mall of America. It was right across the street from the Mall of America. It was actually Detour's home too when I first started going to Detour, so it was very sad to see that go. But anyway, but it was really weird because I first went to Detour in 2007, 2008. It was at the Ramada Thunderbird, right across the street from the Mall of America. And then I moved downtown St. Paul, and then I moved to the DoubleTree. Well, at the time it was Sheridan, but it's now the DoubleTree, and then now it's downtown Minneapolis at the Hyatt Regency. It was at a Crown Plaza in downtown St. Paul. But now it's in a Intercontinental. I think that's what it's called now. Actually, I accidentally walked through that hotel not too long ago when I was going to a hockey game. It was really weird because Detour hadn't been, because that was 2012. So 2009, 10, 11, it'd been 3 years since I had stepped foot into that hotel. And so when I went there for Fusion, when I first helped their first year, I was like, this just feels so weird. So yeah, so this is, what year is this for Fusion? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is their 8th convention. So they're almost their 10, which is cool, to their 10th convention. But yeah, so we'll see. I haven't talked to Heather yet. I really need to see what staffing possibilities I have. I would like to jump right into a head position somewhere, but I doubt that's going to happen. But there are people who wear a few hats, so maybe there is somebody who would be willing to like step down from one of their hats and hand it off to me. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll talk to Heather about some possibilities, but anyway. All right. That, or I'm going to do some soul searching and figure out if anime conventions are a thing of the past for me. I really don't know. Obviously if I were to become popular enough out in the world, I would definitely go like as a guest. But I don't know about attending anymore. I just don't know. I've got some things I gotta figure out. But luckily I'm in a better headspace today, which is better, which is good. I'm definitely in a better headspace. That's what's important. But anyway, all right, I think this is exactly the same parking spot I had yesterday. Because I'm looking at the street at 55 right here, and I'm just like, actually I don't think that's 55. I'm pretty far away from 55. That can't be 55. Never mind, I'm being stupid. But I'm right here by this street, and I'm like, this is like the exact same angle I had last night. So I think this is at least like maybe 1 or 2 spots off from where I was last night parked. But yeah, so let's head on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Let's head on into the convention and see what we got going on. So I didn't bring like any of my normal stuff, like my con badge holder. I didn't bring that, which is gonna bug me all day because the badge is gonna flip. But I didn't bring my con bag. I just have my. So I didn't bring any of my normal stuff. I didn't bring it yesterday either, mostly because I forgot about it. So I thought about it, but I was like, the dealer room really, it doesn't have a ton in there that I would want. And Artist Alley really doesn't have a ton that I would want, so I probably won't get much of anything this weekend. Like I said, they really could use some help, though Artist Alley and dealer room are not a place that I would feel like I would want to take over, quite frankly. Yeah, we're coming to that creek. I don't think you guys got to see it last night because it's too dark, but this little creek down here, I didn't notice yesterday. See? I mean, Minnesota is basically one big wetland, so it shouldn't surprise me that there's water literally everywhere in Minnesota. Anyway, coming up to the building. But anyway, all right, let's go have some fun at this convention. Let's figure it out. Let's just try and have a good time. Did not sleep well last night. My socks are falling down in my shoe. But yeah, I did not sleep well last night, but I'll be fine. Yeah. You're not even.
What's your name?
Nishan.
Nishan, and what's your name?
Dan.
Dan. Okay, Dan, I want you to be Waver.
Got it.
And I want you to be Writer.
Okay.
So this is a script from Fate Zero.
Okay, so there's people out there though. So things picked up today. I went to a Morgan Berry panel, went to a Tony Oliver panel. I'm gonna go to one more. Missed this one on the schedule. I must have missed it on the schedule because I mean, as much as I'm interested in voice acting panels, I'm more interested in the directing panels, because over the last couple of years I've been getting into the idea of directing more than acting. I really respect Tony as a director, so I'm very curious about his approach and his take to writing and adapting and directing. So I'm very excited for that. And then I'll be done for the day probably. I'll probably go home after that to unbox the little teal bag that I've been carrying around today, because it's a blind bag from Right Stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna unbag it, see what I get. I don't know, I haven't looked. Been trying not to look all day. So anyway, I am going to just go and explore for another hour, and then Tony's panel and home. So I am home from the convention now, and it was a lot of fun today. I had a lot better time today. There was definitely a lot more energy today, which was good. That's exactly what I was kind of looking for, was more energy, which I'm very, like I said, very, very happy about. There were more people today. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow. I ran into so many detour people. I think I said that earlier. But I ran into so many detour people, and we were just talking. The last one I talked to was Brian, which I talked to earlier today, but that was actually the first people I ran into was Brian and John. So Brian used to be, his spouse, Brian, but, which is funny. There's a story, but I don't want to say too much because it actually takes away some of that. Brian's the one I talked to today, some of his, like, privacy. But yeah, so I was talking to Brian today, He was actually one of the first people I ran into because I was walking to the panel rooms to remember what time each of the panels, because I found a couple more panels I wanted to see. When I got there, I looked at the big schedule, so I went over to the panels to make sure that they were going to the right room and remember exactly what times I wanted to be there. And just as I was heading there, I hear Brian's voice going, "Hey, another detour person." And I turn and there's Brian and John. So Brian used to be my boss in the video staff. He used to be the head of the department, and then he stepped down, and then Lee took over. I also talked to Lee today. I forewarned Lee about like how I was feeling, and he's like, yeah, a lot of people feel that way, so it's fine. Anyway, and then John is head of ATC. He's the ATC board president. ATC is just shortened for Anime Twin Cities. Anime Twin Cities is the parent company to Anime Detour, and so I felt really good talking to him because like, obviously, like, I've not really talked too publicly about what happened, and I'm never going to because it's not the internet's need. The internet doesn't need to know. I'm not going to publicly discuss what occurred. Just know that I felt crapped on. I felt shitted on. Like, I felt like I got the short end of the stick with what happened. But it felt good to talk to John because obviously John had nothing to do with the decision made, but it felt good. And I've talked to a couple people from Detour about this. I talked to John about it. I talked to Brian about it. I talked to Lee about it. Because the thing is that what happened was like a 3-year arc, and it just all came to a head a few months ago. Already just last month. Was it Labor Day that I talked to the Concha? I don't remember. I don't even remember anymore. I feel like forever ago now though. But it's like been this 3-year arc, and I've been telling Lee like what I could tell him for those 3 years. And so when I was like, so remember this, that, and the other thing, he's like, yeah. And I was like, hey, yeah, shit hit the fan. And he's like, ooh. And I was like, yeah. And so I told him everything, and he's like, yeah. Like, I get it. And I was like, yeah, I'm pissed still. And I've been specifically saying I'm not making decisions about Detour until I'm no longer angry, which is true. I don't know if I'm going to stay with Anime Detour. I don't know if I'm going to not go to Anime Detour anymore. I don't know if I'm going to go back to being just an attendee. I don't know my future with Anime Detour right now. And I'm not going to make any decisions while I'm angry, because I'm less angry, but I'm still angry. I have not gotten my registration. My boss now knows about how I'm feeling, which is good. But anyway, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm never going to say bad things about Anime Detour. I love Anime Detour. It's my first convention. It's my home convention. I love it. I'm going to miss every minute that I'm not a part of it if I choose not to become a part of it anymore. I will really miss. But that was the thing about running into so many Detour people today. It reminded me, I said this on Twitter, it reminded me that my family is at Anime Detour. My family is also at Anime Fusion because there's a lot of crossover of the staff. But my family is at Anime Detour. My family will always be Anime Detour. And maybe that's worth letting go of what happened, moving forward, and just hoping that Just Desserts hits a certain person that it needs to hit. That karma will just hit that person, which I don't know. But again, I'm not gonna say too much because it's not my place. I would probably get in trouble for saying too much, but yeah. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. So less dark than yesterday, for sure, but still muddling through some of what is my future right now with conventions, like, at all. I may or may not have joined Fusion GR today. So not like joining, like I'm going to get a staff badge tomorrow. I'm still just I took it off. I'm still just an attendee, and that's not going to change this particular year, but I may have joined, not GeekCon, Fusion staff, and I may have joined Fusion GR. I still talk to the GR head, mind you, but it may have happened. So we'll see. I'll know more tomorrow. That's my thoughts on today's convention. I know I'm so bad at filming conventions. I'm gonna try and get better at it. I need to get better at it because I want to film Power Morphicon. But I think Power Morphicon will be really different because I think a lot of people will be filming, and it'll be like in LA, like in the LA area. So like people shooting there with their cameras is not going to be weird. So it'll probably be a little bit, it'll be less weird. I feel weird doing it. Anyway, but yeah, so that's that. I'm going to go eat some dinner, drink some wine, have some fun. Bye. Day 3. So it is day 3 of Anime Fusion. Got my badge on. There we go. Got my badge on. And I got some things I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go to a Power Ranger panel in an hour, and I'm gonna talk to the head of guest relations here about joining guest relations, because I can't not staff, and I miss guest relations. I did have an open invitation. I don't know if it's still, I guess, an invitation, so I don't know how open it was, to join another GR staff after the whole GeekCon thing happened, because it was such a raw deal. And this GR head reached out to me, and she's like, if you want to join my GR staff, I'd be cool with that. But it's such a long ways. It's all the way out in Green Bay, and I don't know, as a Vikings fan, I feel like I would just like spontaneously combust. I mean, I didn't last time I was in Green Bay, but nobody can prove or disprove that the shipwreck that occurred, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but there was a shipwreck that day, and I was watching that ship. Nobody can confirm nor deny that it was the fact that there was a Vikings fan in Green Bay. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, so if this doesn't work out, if she's at the end of the day like, nah, I think we're good on staff members in GR, I'd be like, really? Because like, I got ideas and I got like plans, and like I could help. I might contact, she and I are friends on Facebook, so I may contact that GR head and be like, hey, because her name is Brittany as well. Because there's 100 of us. I may be like, hey, so Brittany, what'd you think about me being on your staff again? Like, but yeah, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so let's go have some fun. Today's probably gonna be another dead day. It's probably gonna be a lot like Friday, and only just because a lot of people skimp out on Sunday. Like, people don't like hang out, which is so weird to me. Like, to me, you have to go to opening ceremonies and you have to go to closing ceremonies. Like, that's, like, you have to open the convention and you have to close the convention. That's just the way I am. I mean, I have missed some closing ceremonies. I missed ASENs and I missed Anime Evolutions. Because with ASEN, we decided to spend Sunday, instead of going to the convention, instead of me going to the convention, the family decided to go downtown Chicago, go up the Sears Tower, now the Willis Tower, go up the Sears Tower and stuff like that. We had a lot of fun. It was a good time. And then we actually had to leave Sunday before closing ceremonies to get back to Seattle from Vancouver when I was at Anime Evolution. So I wasn't able to stay for closing ceremonies. But like, I always regret not staying for closing ceremonies. Like, I always hate not being at closing ceremonies. Like, the only time I regret going to closing ceremonies was when I went to Kitsune Con, because they just ran their closing ceremonies like another panel. It was really weird, and I didn't like it. I did not like the way they did that, and that's something that, like, I would, if I were on that staff, be like, don't do that. That's dumb. You want people to stick around for closing ceremonies. You want people to have a reason to be at the convention from opening to closing. Like, you have to give them a reason. It doesn't matter if they show up or not. You have to give them a reason. And having it be like a question and answer panel about like what you liked about the convention and what you didn't like, that's fine. Have a post-mortem. But you should do that right after closing ceremonies. That's what we did at GeekCon. Detour used to do it. I don't think we do it anymore. But yeah, and so like, you have the post-mortem, so you have the closing ceremonies, and then you say, if you want to give us input about what to do in the future, stick around after closing ceremonies. We're going to have like a half an hour of Q&A where you can talk to the staff, and then the staff is supposed to stick around and do that. Or at least like the heads of the departments are at least supposed to stick around. I never did. I mean, I did when I was head of GR. I did not when I was not head of GR. I hightailed it out of town, man. I would get home by Sunday night. That's not the case when I was ahead. When I was ahead, I left Monday. But anyway, so let's get inside, because I've spent 4 minutes talking about how I staff a convention. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at these videos. Closing ceremonies was hours ago already. Finally leaving. Yep, I can't not staff. I'm on GR staff officially. I can't. I can't not staff. So you're looking at the newest member of Anime Fusion Guest Relations staff.